Now let's say you want it. Say what's your price? Just to back it up, you can hold my ice. Now let's say you want it. Say what's your price?
What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time joining us, welcome to it. I really do hope that you stay, you subscribe, and you become a part of the ZeeX family. As I'm sure you guys can tell by the title of today's video, today we're going to be having a conversation about self-confidence. Now, this is a topic I chose to speak about because it is Women's Month this month, and I just thought it would be really nice to just give some tips and share my story as far as self-confidence goes. We're going to be talking about self-confidence, insecurities, and sort of how things that happen to you when you're younger sort of go with you into your adulthood, and how you can actually take actionable steps into trying to become a little bit more confident in yourself. And while we do that, we are going to be installing this beautiful hair from MyFirstWig. I absolutely love this hair, guys. It is so brilliant. I didn't have to do pretty much anything to this hair, so I love it even more. And you guys will see how I install it throughout this video. So if you guys are excited, please give me a thumbs up right now. It really does help. Go ahead and comment as you guys are watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and I would love to see you there with us. So subscribe to my channel and let us get straight into this video. Hi guys, so I know the setup is a little bit different to what we normally do, but my ring light is broken, and that means we have to use natural lights. I literally haven't used natural lights in a very long time, but I feel like this looks cute. Let me know what you guys think about this background. This is not going to be the background forever. I'm still waiting for my vanities to come, so I'll probably start filming my sit down makeup hair stuff in the other room, but I feel like this is actually not too bad. Like, actually, let's keep it up back. This isn't awful. But anyways, we're gonna start off by installing the hair, and we're gonna install as we talk so that you guys don't just watch me install. We're gonna install and chat, because this is a chit chat, get ready with me after all. This is the hair that we're going to be trying, guys. It's in this beautiful style. You guys will be able to see it a little bit more clearly when it's actually on my head. But it is 18 inches. It is cut in the front to give it that sort of 90s layered look. It came like this, which is amazing. As you guys can see, it's super thin lace. It is sort of an HD lace, which is gorgeous. It's a skin melt lace. So you guys will see when we actually put it on that it should melt into my skin, so it actually looks like it's coming out of my scalp. We all know it's not though, guys, please. We see the lace, we know it's lace, but you know, it's doing more than what regular lace would do, okay? It also did come pre-plucked. So guys, this is one wig where you actually don't have to do anything. A lot of the times I find that companies will say it's pre-plucked, it's that, but you still feel like you need to work. This is not one of those wigs. You don't need to work. This is amazing for a beginner because it's really not a super long length for you to work with, and it comes with everything done for you. So you honestly don't have to do anything but either get it installed or install it yourself. But since I want to show you guys how simple it is, I'm gonna install it myself. In the box, they give you this wig stand so you can actually have your wigs on display, which is really cool. Then you also get this bag for your wigs. So if you're traveling, you can sort of just, you know, whips the wig in here, which I also found was really dope. Then they give you this sheet which has all of the information about the wig. My wig is in a natural hair color. It is cap size 1. It's a lace front Swiss lace. Lace color is medium brown, and it's 18 inches at the longest length. Then they also give you this really nice little packet. It comes with one of these combs, which, by the way, guys, every single time I get a comb like this from a company, I literally want to cry, because this is the best rat tail comb in the game. And I'm not even lying when I say this. The best. Clicks could never, Discam could never. And then it also comes with 2 clips that you can use while you straighten your hair. Then you also do get a wig cap, but I've already have one on my head. So guys, as you can see, I did go ahead and just add a bit of powder so that the lace matches my skin tone directly. I actually used the color that I used for contouring in order to do this, but I really like how it came out. I also put some of that same color on my wig cap, as you guys saw. So let us actually get straight into it. I'm gonna look at my phone just sometimes because I do have some points that I want to sort of start with and talk about. So first things first, I think the best place to start this video is to actually tell you guys a bit about my story. It's not going to be super long and extensive because I feel like I have spoken about it before on my channel. I can't direct you to the exact video, but I feel like I have spoken about my story with self-confidence quite a bit because I am a person who struggled with it for a very long time and really feel like I have learned to, I won't say all the time because I've spoken about the fact that self-love is a journey and that it's not a one-time thing. It's not you're gonna wake up today and be like, oh, I love myself, it's done, finished, the journey's over. No, it's a lifelong journey where you have to keep learning to love yourself through the different stages of your life. And so yeah, I wanted to start off with how exactly I sort of began my self-confidence journey and how we got to be where we are today. So for myself, I want to take it back to when I was in primary school because this is the first time I really have any real recollection of feeling sort of any sort of self-consciousness about myself, and specifically myself and my blackness, I will say. And that's because I did go to a predominantly white school. I was, I think, one of only 2 black girls from the time that I was 4 years old up until I want to say, geez, up until maybe actually grade 7. Literally, I was, you know, the token black girl. There was really no other way about it because there was nobody else there. So that obviously, you know, just created a lot of self-consciousness and a lot of like feeling out of place, not only about myself, but about, you know, sort of the different experiences and worlds apart life you were living with your counterparts. Because I was one of 2, as I said, outside of family, you don't really get the opportunity to truly sort of express yourself and be yourself because, you know, there are sort of those preconceptions about, you know, that you'll have for yourself of like, am I being too loud? Am I being too this? Am I being too that? Because what you're surrounded with is whiteness. So you're kind of just like, is my blackness too loud for these spaces? And you know, also sometimes, you know, going to school and being told, oh, Zama's so loud, she's so this, she's so, like sort of making your personality feel like it's too much. So in a lot of ways, you tend to try and dim yourself down. Even though it's not possible, I don't feel like it was very possible for me. I did a lot of the times think I was too much, even if I didn't show it. Like the feedback I would get from my teachers, not really my peers, but like teachers and people who were in place of authority is like, you're too much. I so wish you would just pisa. So yeah, that was kind of my experience in primary school. I also know that I was a very chubby kid. Like I was a kid who was very, very thick, and that also just created another layer to my self-consciousness. I used to be very aware of people's bodies, not only my own body, which I feel like was incredibly unhealthy for me, specifically at that time of my life when I was still developing. And the more I thought about it and the more I sort of also limited myself, I used to think like I wasn't capable of doing certain things because of my build and my shape. I just really like, it created it was like a self-loathing. Like I didn't love myself in a sense where I was just like, you can't do things that, you know, a lot of other kids will do. People are there in A-team this, A-team that, and it's like, you can't do that because you are thickums and you know, people are doing the Valentine's Day thing when you get to grade 7. It's like, nobody's gonna want you. It's because of the fact that you are bigger than everybody else. And the fact that I was having those thoughts when I was, you know, only 13, like not even in high school, was just insane. But that's sort of where I feel like my insecurities really started and were solidified. So then high school came. I was excited more so than anything because I was like, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be able to meet, you know, so many new girls. I was at an all-girls school. I'm gonna meet new girls. Hopefully there'll be more black girls because, you know, I'd seen from my sister who was a year above me that, you know, when you go to high school, more black girls come. So I'm like, yes, I'm finally gonna be able to be myself and to meet people who are like me and to sort of have that release, man, and to be around more people who would make me feel comfortable being more of myself. And there's people you have things to share things with. And obviously I definitely went to high school and that happened. When I had first gotten there, I did get a sense that some people were looking at me like, oh, cheese girl type of vibe, because I was that girl who'd been there since I was, 4 years old. And it's kind of just like, ooh, girl, like I got that cheese girl thing a lot. Even if you're just doing simple things like playing sports against other schools, people look at you like, you're there with all the white girls and you're the black girl, and it's like, who are you? And it's like, I am me. And then I remember, I think it was maybe like grade 9 or 10, I started to develop acne. And upon me developing acne, it was really just something that was a shock to my system, was a shock to, a lot of my family system, because they were like, nobody in our family has acne. And I'm not talking about my immediate family, even talking about my extended family. They'd be like, why is your skin reacting like this? Like, none of us have skin problems. And I was kind of just like, oh, thank you so much for letting me know. Now I feel worse. Thank you. Then I felt the most self-conscious because I felt like I had everything going against me. It was just, I feel like, a lot of forces at play. And I must say, I think when I was in high school is when I felt the most like, wow, sis, things are not going well for you. That is also when I started to get into makeup. But even when I got into makeup, although I did do it, and honestly the first channels that I watched were all like Raven Elise and a lot of people, and Vicky Logan, people who were suffering with acne and were like trying to find different ways to manage their acne. And I remember then of course watching their tutorials and finally getting to a space where I was like, oh, okay, maybe if I wear makeup, I'll feel better about myself. And of course I tried it, and of course it didn't work. And I remember when I was in grade, I think in grade 9, we had gone overseas. And I remember that was the biggest I was. And I said to myself, I'm gonna go to America and live my American dream, eat all the food that I've heard about on TV. And when I come back, I'm going to lose weight. And I won't even lie to you, when I had said that to myself, I didn't say it from a place of, oh, I really wanna lose weight, I really wanna get healthy. I was saying like, I want to lose weight so that I can be more desirable, so I can, wear the sizes that everybody else wears, so that I can feel a slight bit better of myself, but better about myself. But that wasn't better about myself because I was healthy, or better about myself because I was loving my body a little bit more, because back then, guys, I was just incredibly unhealthy. It wasn't even grand, but like, it wasn't a self-love like, oh, I'm taking care of myself. It was a thing of like, I'm doing this for other people. I'm doing this so that people will stop making comments about my weight. I will do this so that I don't have to stick out like a sore thumb because I'm the biggest person in the room. Like, I'm doing it so that I can just be myself, and people, don't have to worry about my acne, my weight, my this, my that. Like, people just can leave me alone, So fine, I lose the weight. A lot of people are like, oh, Zama, you look so good, na 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 na. So again, that starts to register in my mind as people are only going to want to love you and accept you if you're losing weight and if you are this weight, which was also highly problematic. But either way, I felt good about myself, I felt like, oh, I'd achieved this really great thing. And I will say towards the end, it did become a thing that was for me. And I remember when I was done with high school, I moved into varsity and got on birth control. My acne left, I felt better, I was looking better. Even though I would struggle with my weight from time to time in varsity, I felt like I was in a place where I was just way more resilient to people's comments. I would try and push self-love, even though I would have to fake it most of the time. I would try to convince myself, but no, man, I love how I look now. People can sort of leave me alone, even when it comes to just getting to varsity, meeting so many different people, black people, and realizing that there's not one type of blackness, and that I didn't have to conform to being, this type of black or that type of black. You just needed to be yourself, and that you would meet your people at the right time. I felt like in high school, not to say that I didn't meet my people, because obviously, truthfully, I do have some really, really amazing friendships that I have that I made in high school, but it sort of opened my world to the fact that like the season that I was in back then, it was not my be all and end all, and didn't have to be my be all and end all. Like things got better, and although I was not where sort of I am now, I feel like right now I'm at a better place, but I feel like just getting over and through the hurdle that was my schooling and being open to having my eyes open to so many other possibilities for what the people that I could meet and how I could feel about myself just was a huge turning point for me. And I feel like right now where I am, I'm at a place where I'm a lot more confident. People's opinions about me, I'm never gonna say they don't matter and that they mean nothing to me. They obviously mean something to me. But as far as it comes to my self-confidence, there's nothing that somebody else can say that can really make me feel tiny and minuscule, because of the steps that I feel like I've taken to really ensure that I truly feel my best and I can be confident without being cocky, arrogant, confident, humble, but very sure of myself and very aware of myself. Whether you are somebody who is my age, older than me, younger than me, and you just feel like you constantly put yourself down, you're constantly in a negative space with yourself, and you feel like you just sort of want to be better for yourself and do better and see yourself in a better way, I have some tips that I wanted to share with you guys. My first tip for you guys is to what? Introspect. Now, I literally say this word so much in my life, it's kind of annoying me even now, but I find introspection to be the key to unlocking your best self. And what I mean when I say introspect is taking stock of all the good things about yourself and then taking stock of all the things that you feel like you can improve on. I don't want to call them bad things because, you know, sometimes you just need a little self-awareness to help you realize those things and to help you change for the better. So I honestly am a person who likes to introspect a lot. I'm very self-aware. I feel like even the negative things about myself, you know, sometimes I felt like I could be very hard on myself about the things that, you know, I wanted to change about myself, but I just realized, but listen, dude, you are self-aware. So you know these things, which means you can fix them. For as much as you know them, you can fix them. If you feel like you lack consistency and discipline in this area of your life, you know it, so you can fix it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not to break yourself down, but just to sort of be like, you know, listen, this is a thing that I've been doing that is not working for me, so let me try and change it. And when it comes to the things you actually want to change about yourself, you don't only just want to say, okay, cool, I want to change X, Y, and Z. You actually need to create a plan for how it is that you're going to change this. Create an actionable plan. If you say you want to, I don't know, be a little less selfish. How do you plan to be a little less selfish? If you plan to be a person who wants to change their lifestyle and you want to lead a healthier lifestyle, how do you plan to do this? And you know, do those things, keep yourself accountable, because I promise you, the more that you can see that you're a person who is reliable, somebody who is trustworthy, and a person who can keep the promises that they make to themselves, that builds so much self-confidence, because you're going to be like, I am reliable because I'm reliable to myself more than anything else. When nobody else is watching, nobody else is concerned, I still am able to keep the promises that I make to myself. That in itself builds confidence. The next tip I want to share is be kinder to yourself, in the sense that give yourself time and understanding. Understand that even once you've made a plan to do better, be better, that it's not gonna take 5 seconds. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and you're just gonna be this awesome person because yesterday you planned to do it. And no, Rome was not built in a day. As I said, self-confidence and self-love and all those things are a lifelong journey. It's not something that you're gonna wake up with tomorrow and be like, yeah, forever, it's me. You know, there will be times where you're like, okay, I'm not doing this at the rate that I wanted to be. There may be times where you're like, I didn't fulfill this goal that I had for myself in this time frame. And that is okay. Like, at the end of the day, you need to give yourself understanding and understand that what's most important is that you're self-aware and that you are doing something to change for the better. And that should actually be enough for you, because at the end of the day, we are all human and we all do deserve, you know, a little room for error. We are not perfect, you know. You need to also forgive yourself and give yourself the understanding that you're not perfect, but what you are doing is trying. And the process of trying in and of itself deserves depth, because a lot of people don't even try, and you've actually given yourself the respect and the diligence to try. The third tip that I have can actually be the make or break of your self-confidence journey, and that is surrounding yourself with people who build you up and not people who bring you down. Now, that can obviously be very tricky, because the people that could bring you down could be the people that you live with, the people that you work with, or people that you literally can't get out of your circle. So even if that is the case, I still urge you to, by all means, surround yourself where you can and where you have the capacity to choose with people who are going to feed into your self-confidence. Not people who are going to feed into your ego, but people who are going to make you understand that you are worthy of the things that you want, you're capable of the things that you want to achieve, and who are going to celebrate when you do reach milestones in your life, or when you do, you know, accomplish goals, even if they are small goals where you feel like you are improving your life, and people who just generally want the best for you. I feel like that has been so monumental for me. I feel like the people that I have around me right now really want the best for me. Like, I won't even lie to you, I've had a lot of friends in my life, and not to wish, no shade to those friends, honestly, no shade, but I've never quite felt supported like I feel supported today. And I also think that luck came in also understanding the type of friendship that I needed. Do you get what I'm saying? I just really urge you to take stock of the people that are in your life, take stock of friends, take stock of people who you choose to let in your space, and just also introspect on what impact do you feel like that is having. Do you feel like they add to your life, or do you feel like you are just carrying around dead weight? Because dead weight will slow you down and will not be able to help you reach the heights that you want to get to. They will not help you be a better person. And I'm not saying this via any other thing, but just look for people who are really going to lift you up. And don't think that you should be the only one who's getting lifted up. You also need to be lifting them up. It should be a give and take of support in a relationship. People who are able to call you out when you're doing nonsense, be like, you know what, Zara, because I see you here, I feel like this was not the right thing for you to do. This was not the right thing for you to say. This is not the right path for you to go down. Because I see you being such an amazing person, this is not for you. And don't do it. Finally, I just want to urge anybody who feels like they lack self-confidence to practice daily affirmations. You need to sort of try and change your mindset and teach your mindset to be different. Teach your mindset that, you know, these negative thoughts that I have about myself are not real, because I am worthy, I am capable, I am a person with value, I bring value to people's lives. You need to honestly help train your mind to think that, so that any room that you step into and any situation that you step into, you have that right in front of your mind, so that you realize there's nothing to not be confident about. There's so much to love about you and so much about you that brings value into people's lives that honestly, there's nothing to be shy about. There's nothing that is saying that your voice is not important and that your thoughts are not important, your opinions are not important. You are important, and you need to always understand that. Okay guys, as you can see, my hair is finally done. I absolutely love this hair. And to end off what I was saying, just again, don't forget to give yourself those affirmations, and even if you don't feel them at the time, just keep telling yourself positive things to outweigh the negative that you say about yourself. And I swear, if you are consistent in this, you will be able to train your mind to let the positive trump the negative. And in conclusion, that is how I feel like you can take actionable steps into becoming a little bit more confident as a young Black woman. Thank you so much to MyFirstWig for sponsoring this video. The hair looks delicious, okay, I look like a doll. I look like a doll. So sorry guys, the lighting has changed a lot throughout this video because as I told you guys, natural lighting. But either way, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe to my channel if you would like to hear more of these talks. If you guys have any other topics you guys would like me to touch on, please go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.